A very good morning. It's Monday, November 29th, 2021. In the Netherlands, we have a sunny day, but I feel a bit rainy in my head, so I'm not outside. I am going to try to come up with just a simple new song ID inside of Reaper, my digital audio workstation. And I will only use UVI's Falcon synthesizer plugin to create the noise that we're going to create. Now, I say only, it should be in quote, only quote, because Falcon is so powerful that if you are not able to make something sound correctly in Falcon, you won't make it anywhere. And I could have chosen a far simpler and free synthesizer plugin. There are plenty, and yeah, I'm gonna do that another day. But today I want to kind of come up with some simple chords or a bass line or a lead or whatever, a melody thingy. Simple, and put most attention into finding or creating some new sounds in Falcon. So let's go. This is a new project, completely empty. I'm going to immediately save this as something. Reaper, these are all projects I'm working on, and this is the 2021-11-29 stream version. Yeah, let's go. So, completely empty project. There are no tracks, there is nothing going on, no CPU is being used. I'm going to go right off the bat, setting my project to a very low speed, I think. Just a, yeah. And why? Because I like slow pad sounds from synths and slow movements in chord progressions and so on. So, and this is not, I don't want to worry too much about having a lot of notes playing. I just want to make some sounds and try to come up with a few patches for this synthesizer that were not there before. Now the UVI Falcon guys come up with fantastic patches in their products, ones that hardly anyone would be able to replicate. But I consider them tutorials, so I sometimes sit down, pick a patch I like, and then try to figure out what they have done to make that happen. So I'm learning as I go. I don't own Falcon for a very long time. It's definitely not an easy plugin to learn, but we'll get there someday. Okay, the thing is, I think before doing anything with Falcon, we need something that plays something. You know what I mean? So I'm grabbing my scaler again to create at least one track that's able to generate some notes, because I don't want to play too many notes myself. I want scaler to do that for me so that I can focus on actually sound designing. Okay, let's go. I'm gonna be super lazy here. I'm gonna pick I'm gonna pick one of their built-in chord progressions for now, I think. Let's listen. Okay, sounds nice and dandy. Usually I have one or two or three instances of scalar on their own tracks, and I'll let scalar generate the MIDI notes of actually the chords that are being played, and I put those on Falcon tracks. I want to try and simplify it Falcon is very extensive, so you can have it can be playing, I believe, 17 things at the same time on different audio channels. I want to try, I've not done this before, to put a small instance of Falcon on the same track as scalar itself. I have not done this before. Usually I arrange so that you see Falcon here in the track area with all of its tracks. And my mixer will then completely be filled up with all the audio that's coming out on separate tracks. I want to see if I can make it work right away by putting it here. It is not my preference because I like all the tracks as separate ones in my... Goedemorgen, zie ik. Yes. Well, yeah, I hope we get around to making some music. I don't have fun yet, but I'm fighting some anxiety and headache this morning, and I could think of no better way than making some music to actually fight those negative feelings. It has helped me a lot in the past, so I hope it will help me now. And I'm gonna try and create a simple new song or a part of a song. Sounds like a good idea. Thank you. And so Falcon can have 34 separate outputs. I don't want that. I want it to have and ask me to. Oh, it doesn't ask me. Some plugins will ask 2 of 34 outputs. Okay, it only outputs 2 now. This is good. So if I put it on its track with scalar, apparently Falcon will still make this gigantic filler on the screen, but it will probably only use 2 outputs to the mixer. So I can have every scalar instance played on. It's about Falcon today. This is UVI Falcon. This is, well, my biggest purchase in plugins. It was the most expensive. It is super complicated, but it is able to create most patches that one would be able to make in any other synthesizer plugin. So this is basically this is not the quickest way to get to a sound, but it is a way to get to any kind of sound you want, almost. And that's why I bought it. But to be honest, if I want to quickly smack together a few sounds for a song ID, I will not grab Falcon. I will grab synthesizers like Vital or BIT that have a good user interface, make everything more visually pleasing. Especially Vital by Matt Teitel is visually very, very pleasing and makes the sound design process like a game almost. And this is more like work. But today I'm choosing the work. So we have scalar. And scalar should be playing chords for us, but I don't want scalar to use its internal sounds. I want scalar to send its sounds to Falcon. And then Falcon should do the job for us. So I hope we can make this happen by... Let's see. Let's see. Okay, I want to have all of these as my pattern. And I want this pattern to play. By the way, Seek, I hope that you have a good start of the week. Sorry, I'm quickly distracted by technology. But I didn't forget you. I saw you reach some nice achievements on Steam, that is. So good job. You are a smart gamer, sir. And a very nice person in general, of course. So if I start playing in my sequencer, scalar will hopefully play these chords for me. I'm not even sure if it will repeat them. Let's wait if it actually repeats them after the G major 11, A minus 9, D minus 7, E minor. If not, I will just put, I should probably put the thingy-majingy on the loop. Now it actually stops playing, which is fine. Okay, let's make a loop of what? What are these numbers, by the way? I mean, what? I never have these kind of. Meshes and beats. What? This is like. This has nothing to do with how it's normally numbered in a project. This is a very different. Okay. I'm fighting my. Or am I zoomed in so heavily? No. What? This makes no sense at all. Anyway, let's try and create a. Wow, what happened? Start. I have no clue, but there's something off with this. I don't know. I've never seen this. This is a different kind of meshes and beats, seconds. That makes no sense at all. I mean, so many seconds. What the hell? "60 seconds. I don't want it in seconds. I want this in meshes and beats like I always have. So I don't know what this software was thinking. Okay, this is better. 16 bars. We're going to loop these bars. And I hope that Scalar will keep playing that. I'm sorry about... I'm not sorry, it's just, it happens. So Scalar is playing chords. And I want Falcon to listen to that. But do we get input? Yes, we get input on channel 1, which is an empty patch. So this is an empty Falcon part. You can have many programs playing at the same time in a Falcon synthesizer. They can all listen to the same MIDI channel, so you can stack like 8 sounds on top of each other or whatever. But we're gonna work on this, and I'm gonna name the entire group of what we're working as now as well, let's call it. I have to be in a different folder. I want to have my stuff organized, and this is 221. So the organizing of a new project takes time, right? But I do have some project templates already. So if I want to create a new song using some Falcon tracks and some other synthesizers and a drum synthesizer, and want to have set up already that we have a verse and a chorus and another verse and a bridge and so on, I have templates for that. Or I just copy one of my other projects over. But this time we're starting all anew. So we have something coming in. It's a slight, you see a tiny, tiny, tiny box that gets incoming notes. But the rest of this is all empty, completely empty. And currently, yeah, okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to the lowest level, basically, of what this Falcon synthesizer can do. And we're going to make let's start with an analog sound just to get something going. By the way, this is not going to be a tutorial for using Falcon, because that's not how good I am. But it is a way of showing what Falcon does and why you only need one synthesizer for creating an entire song if you have this type of power in your arsenal. 16, so I'm gonna make the scalar. I want to make scalar play this for longer. So let me see. I think I can do it here. No, I'm gonna mod it. No, I'm gonna edit it. I'm sorry about that. So playback timings. I want to play this 2 times. No, that's not correct. 2 times. So it's gonna be like that. I wouldn't mind having it an octave up. It's gonna be messy. Okay, so we are triggering the most basic of analog waveform, the sine wave. And because these are chords, you hear 3 or 4 notes playing at the same time. So this is like the most basic of basic patches you can make in any synthesizer. Don't get confused by the left and the right side panels. The left only tells us how many different programs we have running, and I only use the top one, the new program, and the right side is just a browser to get to all the patches that were created by UVI sound designers, or to get to search for a certain song, or to load up effects and whatnot. It's all unnecessary stuff for now. So we have these chords playing in what sounds almost like an organ. And right off the bat, we can change that into more of this, which is a saw wave. It's almost a church organ. Well, not entirely. Actually, UVI Falcon does have a separate church or a separate organ synthesizer, which even gives you all the drawbars that you will find on real organs. Okay, what we can do is add some voices to this. Spreading the stereo of these voices to make the sound wider. And we can also detune the 3 separate voices. Now they are playing exactly the same, but if we detune them a bit, see, so they are playing the same notes, kind of, but they're a bit off, which makes the sound wider. So this could already be our first, instrument, so to speak. Of course, we're going to do something to it. We can make sure that the sound comes in slower. I don't know why it breaks up halfway. It's not supposed to do that. Unless scalar is triggering the notes. Oh, yes, I know what happens. It repeats the same chord twice. So you will hear a break up halfway. What I'm going to do is make sure that it just plays 8 beats for every chord. That should fix the issue. It does. Okay. Back to Falcon. So it's slow. It's fine. It doesn't fill the entire length of the sequence now. Why is that? Oh, okay. I get it. It's fine. All right. Simple song starts simple. Simple sounds too. Now we can introduce some movement in the sound. Or, if you want, we can first introduce some effects. And with a sound like this, like a background, this is going to be like our background pad, which is bringing us some nice spacey vibes. So this is Spark Verb, one of the components of UVI's Falcon synthesizer plugin. For all those lush, big sounds, you can already feel a completely different mood here. So that's cool. I often, by the way, I usually turn off the reverb effects of the separate synthesizer patches because I want to have in a song an overall reverb that glues all the sounds together. If every sound has its own reverb, then it's not going to fit so well together. So I am usually not so... I'm quite sparse using the reverb inside of a patch. It's more for demonstrating a certain sound, I think, than for keeping it in there. But I do not own Spark Verb on itself. It is part of Falcon, but I cannot take out this reverb and put it as a plugin on a different track, which is a shame. I can buy it separately, but I don't want to. I wish Falcon had audio input so that I could route, for example, a guitar my son played through Falcon, through its reverb, and then back onto a track. Maybe I can and haven't figured it out, but that would be valuable to me. I don't want to buy all these parts separately. So this sounds really nice, but I want some movement by panning the sound from left to right a bit. And we can do that by hand, but we can also make the Falcon synthesizer do that by itself. So let's listen. So now an LFO, a low frequency oscillator. It's basically the same as a sound generating oscillator, like the one you see below, the saw. But the difference is that the low frequency oscillator works in a very low frequency, inaudible to the human ear. So it's not used as a sound source, but it's used as a modulator on other parts of the synth. In this case, the pan. Well, we don't want to pan it all the way from left to right, and maybe we want it less fast or something, but we want something happening. I hope you can hear it over the stream as well. That there is a slight movement of the pad. It's a bit masked by the fact that we're using a reverb, because the reverb is not moving. Let me turn this off. So now you hear the sound moving, but the reverb stays in place and it's masking the movement a bit. And the higher I output the reverb in the mix, the less you will hear the movement, but it's still there. Well, there was a big sneeze. I should have sampled that and create a sound out of it, because you can. Okay, I'm gonna name this program something. Moving pad for stream 29/11/2021, so that I can find it back later for why I made it. This is not a very deep program, is it? It's just a sawtooth playing. We can bind things like this to our external keyboard, of course, again, to bring in the variations. But I'm going to keep this very simple, I think. I could put a filter on the layer, so if any more key groups with different things appear underneath, then they will also be filtered out. So you get that kind of warmer quality, while still, because you don't want, if this is going to be my background pad, my moving pad, I don't want to fill up like the entire frequency spectrum with all the high frequencies. I want to have this like I could have this moving a bit. No, let's keep this simple. So saving the program, and what I can do is just copy this. I'll duplicate this track, also duplicating an entire Falcon instance, which is not what I usually want to do. But now I'm gonna mute the first one, which is like the pad we were working on. That's the moving pad. Let's see what we are going to do in our second instance of scalar. Because we stay with the same chord progression, although I might adjust it a bit even. I could do that, but we're gonna put in a performance. And will this work? There we go. Okay. Hey, Toby! Welcome back. Haven't seen you in a while. So we are using the same program we created, the same Falcon patch, but this is for a different purpose. This is more like an underlying, what do we call it? It's not a melody, but it's something So I'm gonna tell Scalar, can I tell Scalar to output this to MIDI port? MIDI channel 1. I want this to go to MIDI channel 2. So and you see here notes are incoming at this, so I'm gonna create a new patch. This is not how I should use Falcon. Falcon should be in the track list on its own, and I should send scalar notes to it. I might clean it up later, but I just want to kind of keep things together for now. But this is not how it's done, guys. So we're gonna go from scratch again. And we need something to work with to make an like an underlying theme going. And we could do that with a Pluck synth, by the way, for example. It is okay. A pluck string. Drop a sample in there. Okay, I think I have some samples. I don't own a lot of samples. An EDM and drum. I do have samples from the Kawai K4 keyboard. And oh, I'm not crashing. It's probably loading from a disk that is asleep. Yeah. So I want it to be not effects. These are all tiny wave files. These are samples made from an existing machine, not by UVI, by the way. This is something that a user of the Kawai K4 did. And we can use these sounds to create our own. This sounds nice, a DigiWave. Okay. So what I do is I throw the DigiWave inside this sample area. And nothing is happening, of course. Do I need to put it on the main out as well? So this sounds terrible, huh? But we just started. So this is a combination, apparently, of a synth and a sampler. So this is the sampler I put in, but there's also a synth component to this. I might as well not use this, but replace it with a multi-granular, for example. It's not exactly doing what I want to do, which has probably to do with the fact that I don't know how it works yet. I did do this before, though. Don't like this at all. completely don't know what I'm doing here. It's a lot of noise, that's for sure. I'm just trying to create a second program which gives us let me hear the other as well. So that's the background pad. And this is the second program. Let's find an actual nice waveform to use as a starting point. Okay, this is a single, so this is not there's no movement from one wave frame to the other in these ones. This is good, it's fine. The wave spreading does nothing because there's only one wave. No, I'm not going to introduce too many things. Let's solo this. Hey, hello. Good morning, Mr. Music Listener, man. Okay. So, this is fine. This is fine. Do I want to change things on the fly? I don't think so. We can change the attack as well as other parameters, and this means how long does it take if you press the note for the sound to be at full force, and is there a long release like in a pad where you want to have it die out. But we can make this more plucky. And this is like the popcorn. And a plucky sound like this always benefits a lot from having some delay. So I can add a bit just to fill up stuff with effects. I just wish I had this. I wish I had the Spark Verb as a separate plugin though, because I really would love to have a global reverb using Spark Verb from UVI itself and throw all my tracks through them. Like a lot of people do with Valhalla Supermassive. I could do that because I don't want, like I said before, I actually don't want reverb effects on every single patch. I don't know actually if I have Supermassive. Reverb. I don't even have that installed, I think. I have Aural River, which is nice. There is a reverb by Cocos itself, so that's the creator of this particular software. I can use this one. It's a good reverb. It's just graphically not so interesting, and I love that stuff. So this reverb is going to be our global reverb. It's not nearly as cool as the Spark Verb is, But this, I can set up this as a channel where I send all my other tracks to, so that they enjoy the same reverb. Let's solo this, our new sound, which does not have a reverb or delay or anything on it yet, and send it in my mixer into the global reverb channel, which is not doing anything right now. Well, it doubles because it also... Okay, now it does nothing. But now this reverb is pretty cool because you can load it with impulse response files. And what those are, you go into your favorite church or your favorite man cave. You set up your microphones correctly and you record audio there, some kind of... I don't know how they do it. Probably, I don't know, one sine wave or something they record in that room. The microphones pick up like the exact response of what that room sounds like when you make a noise in it. And those files can then be put inside a reverb plugin like this reverb, Reverb by Cocos. And so you kind of then have the power to replicate the characteristics of the room that that recording was made in. So I can load, let me see, an impulse response generation. I can add an impulse or something else, but I can add it from a file. So, and I have files, sample grooves, I have IM reverbs. A lot of these reverb characteristics files, impulse files, they are shared on the internet. It's not like they are paid for or something. So, On a Star is a file that someone made. And suddenly, this is our sound. I'm putting it a bit lower. So I'm sending less of the musical notes being played to this reverb. But we can get different ones here. A French 18th century salon. I'll have to take their word for it, I don't know. But I, as a synthwave and other lover, I like it a bit bigger. A St. Nicholas Church. And as you can imagine, this is good. This is fine for me now. And so this, I'm gonna mostly color these red or something to notify that these are like global channels to me. Yeah, it's those impulse response files. You also have them, for example, for guitar amplifiers, and the hardware ones, but also the software ones. So you can load in your favorite man cave response or many other things, and kind of replicate, well, that area in your mix. So impulse response files are easily found on the internet, and yeah, I really enjoyed it. And I must be super honest with you, I did not even know that Reaper had an impulse response reverb built in. So, but with Reaper, it is the case that you find out something new every day, and that goes on for the next 10 years. You never get to the end, which is fine. So, but of course we have our moving pad, which was the first sound we created, and the moving pad comes with its own spark verb, which is fantastic. But I'm gonna disable that. And I'm also gonna send that channel through the global reverb. So this is without. So these are our 2 tracks and our global reverb combined. Plucky-da-pluck. I'm gonna name this Plucky-da-pluck because I don't know how to name it differently. That's the second sound we just created. Oops, that was wrong of me. Sun always shines on TV. Oh! No, nice. Oh, they did? I don't remember that. Okay, I have to save this program as a Plucky-da-pluck. Save program. Plucky-da-pluck for... How did I... What was the other I made? Moving pad for stream. Okay, for stream 29/11/2021. Gonna listen to a tiny part of that.
Are you experiencing breakouts, dullness, or enlargement?
I don't want to be copyright infringing, actually. Oh yeah, it's in the church. I'm pretty sure that the sound is not being recorded inside the church. It doesn't sound churchy. But it's a good song, man. I didn't remember the video clip. Thanks for sharing. We are almost of the same... We are built in almost the same years, so we have the same memories. That's cool. Okay, I'm gonna put these 2 tracks lower. We have them. We can use them. I'm gonna make another duplicate of this track. And it's not gonna be Plucky-da-pluck, but it's gonna be another one. And I'm gonna make this track play something else on a different channel. It's going to be on channel 3, which is going to contain a new program. And to get started, I'm going to just put a simple thing on it. Not an organ, not a noise. I could do a noise. Not on its own, by the way. I don't know yet where to go with the song, so we could introduce an FM synthesis thing. If I understand how it works, this is going to be super interesting. FM synthesis is complicated, and it can get so wild that you will rip your ears. So be careful. Again, as always during my streams, be careful. We don't have an actual sound coming out of this, I think. Or do we? Do I have to engage it somehow? Because there is MIDI being sent. Let me see. Do we have something to start with? Oh, it's going to the main out. Okay, we have a default. Everything sounds so great already when you just open Falcon. You hear the quality already before it starts playing. Oh, that's so not in. So not fitting. No, it doesn't fit the underlying. Well, I don't have to use this same progression. I could actually, I should make variations of these chords. Let's see if we change the sound a bit. Let's pick something that we can start with for now. A bit loud, right? It's gonna hurt. I told you. We need something else playing, that's for sure. It's really hurting the ears, isn't it? An arpeggio? Humanize it a bit. Changing the timing and the velocity, so how loud the note is being struck. The timing doesn't seem to be correct with the other. Let's see if we can make something work with this. I'm gonna at least it's not to my liking, but it's not easy, like I said. FM synthesis is hard. Okay. Sorry, I was away in my mind for a moment. So much going on. That's what happens when you design sound. I keep the volumes relatively low as to not to hurt our hearing. Hope you don't mind. So this part is not really fitting in. FM noise. The Plucky-da-pluck is... I don't like its rhythm. Let's see what this does. Better. Now it fits in with the rest of the rhythmic patterns. So the warm pad, the rhythmic plucky-da-plucks. and the light FM noisy things. Well, it's not noise, but it introduced some fun high-end or high-frequency belly air. I don't want it to sound too loud because it's gonna hurt, or it's gonna give you a hearing fatigue at least. You don't want it. So there you go, we have 3 tracks going. It's fine so far. I haven't played the keyboard at all. That's a bit weird, right? I could, of course, I could add... Oh no, I was going to use Falcon only, so I'm not allowed to use a different synthesizer or whatever. But Falcon does have a drum designer part, which I purchased separately. That could actually, well, that could work. So another instance of Falcon. This is not the way I should do it, but I'll do it anyways. I'm using only 2 tracks, and I'm gonna... All right. Okay. It's not what I want. Yeah, it's what I want. I want a drum, but I want the actual drum designer. Where is it? It's I had trouble finding this before. You know what? It's weird. Where's my drum designer? Is this count as an effect or what? Where did I put that? Sequencing. Arpeggiators, all fine. Microtuners, ooh. Script processors, is it inside here? My drum designer, which I purchased. Drum sequencer, but actually, this is, by the way, ooh, we're gonna have to play with this as well. Got so many ideas. Where's my drum designer? Oh, here it is. I'm just gonna use one output. Can I not throw it in like this? Maybe here? There we go. Okay, drum designer. This is an empty drum designer. Yes, a high-pitched beep beep. Yeah, that's true. That is the FM I added, FM synthesis. It hurts, doesn't it? I think it hurts. You have to be super careful with FM. I did put a filter on it. I changed this to a different filter or equalizer. So we can... Here you can see in which frequency range... Oh, only one. I don't know. So this is the... So I can filter all out. But you can see here, it's in the 1K to 5K kilohertz range. And especially those in the 4-5K range can drain on your hearing. Yeah, the last one. So I have to be careful with that. Maybe I should remove it altogether. It gives just a tiny bit of sparkle without being obnoxious. At least that's my plan. So I made a new track for the drum designer. So you can fool around with that. But I can program like a sequence in here. I haven't done this by hand yet, so it's going to be interesting. We can choose a different kit, of course. What kind of kit do we want? Like, yeah, maybe I want something dark. Oof. Of course, there are multiple things included. Which are better than I would ever be able to make. But let's assume. Can I reset all values? Okay. Oh wait, I want to clear out lock sequence. No, I want to initialize the sequence, but using a certain kit. How do I do that? I don't want it to go to a different page. That's something I have to... It does that. I don't... It's not synced to the... It keeps playing now. I don't want it. So I have to create I think, a MIDI node that will tell our drum designer to play like forever, play the same thing all over, I think. Let's see what this does. Okay. It's not in sync. Let's keep it simple. It loses sync somehow. We just want a guide for now. It's more like a guideline, as people would say, because we want to have something going on to kind of... Okay, I'm definitely gonna change this up. It's not what I want, like this. This is probably how I should do it, to keep it in sync every bar. I'm gonna place the drum at the top, by the way, which is what I usually do. Okay, low key drum, everything low, to have something going on. And we got a stuck note, I heard that. I heard you. Okay, also I'm gonna move this a bit here, because if I want to someday turn this into an actual song, I'm definitely not gonna want to start at the first beat of the first bar. I never do that. So this is gonna be our loop. It doesn't sound like much. Oh, some things don't seem to add up well. I think we need some bass. Again, without playing any note so far. So this is gonna be our bass. I will do some organizing in a moment. Organization, I mean. The bass. Oh shoot. Wait. Again. Okay, we want a scalar. I'm still gonna abuse scalar like there's no tomorrow. Maybe there isn't, so we better get started. Play this on, again, a new channel, channel 4. And I'm looking for a bass sound. And I could, of course, grab one of the fantastic factory presets. But I want to force myself today to create every sound except the drums, in this case, sorry for that, by myself. And by using synthesis. I'm not under the impression that this thing is... Oh, here we go. So that's I'm gonna put the others on a lower volume to just have a general guideline of our song. Well, this doesn't sound like a bass, and that is because it isn't. We're gonna work on that. But first tell scalar that we want bass. Yes. Let's introduce some trance. It goes so low that some notes don't even play. That's funny. But I can live with a bass like this. As long as we make it a bass inside of the synthesizer. What I'm going to do for that is immediately go down 24 semitones, 2 octaves. That's a lot. I don't hear it anymore. Well, I do hear it, but I mostly feel it. It's a bass sound. We want it to be kind of snappy. Oh, there's a telephone. I'll be right back. 2 hours later. Sorry, was actually a very important phone call for me, so I had to grab that. So we I have to get back in the groove now, if there was any. I need to come up with something that sounds like a bass. And a kind of bass that I want for this song. This is not the bass I want for the song. Especially since we have the heavy reverb on it. It's probably not a great idea. It's bassy, isn't it? So this is of course not what we will go for, but every sound designer's got to start somewhere if we don't want to cheat and pick one of the already made basses. It's not going to be like a natural bass instrument, so this one is going to be super electronic, which is fine with me. I choose that. Why wouldn't it be fine with me? Maybe I will put a filter on it. But I want to control the cut of the filter, which is the frequency at which it cuts off the frequency above the cutoff point. So this is fine as a bass, but I want this cutoff to be modulated by an let me see, we are on the key group level. Are we? Yes. By an ADSR. What's this? So the bass has a slight higher frequency start. If I remove this, it's like you'll see that this cut off. I hope you can see it on the screen. There's so much information. Oh, I'm gonna install. I have to write this down. I'm going to install a utility that follows my mouse and lights up that area or something, so that you can see where I'm moving my mouse towards on the screen while working with these plugins. So that you can actually see where I'm pointing and where I'm doing the things that I'm doing. Okay. Back in action. So we're gonna the cutoff. We can do this manually, but I'm gonna make it automated. So you only get that snappy start. But I don't want it to be so... I don't want it to do so much, actually. So it's gonna be the same effect, but I'm gonna make the effect just smaller, I think, by doing this. Yeah. So it's gonna have a tiny edgy to it, edgy start, and then it goes back into the dark, into the lower frequencies. So that snappy start will kind of cut through the mix, I guess, and the rest, I mean, a bass is a bass. It doesn't need to take over the entire mix, is my idea so far. So we have multiple tracks together now. We have a drum, a moving pad, a Plucky-da-pluck, an FM noisy, a belly noisy, and a bass. And it's slowly starting to evolve into more than just noise, or, well, but still noise, but... And the trick with the bass is that you basically don't hear it, pun intended, but if you remove it, you will miss it. This is without. And now we get to hear it again. Not in sync. That's a problem. That's a part of scalar. Now it's in sync. So okay, we got this. Let's save this as something. I will call it Snappy Bass for now, because of lack of better words. So we've got quite a few elements going. Not too shabby, I think, because the idea of this stream was basically to create a new project and create some tracks using only Falcon as the sound source, sound engine. So far we're doing great. This is all generated by one plugin, UVI Falcon. It's my biggest purchase. It was 3 times as expensive as my digital audio workstation itself. But Falcon is not super expensive. It's more that Reaper is just super cheap. So you have to see that in the right light. Okay, so we have our Snappy Bass. And you can also see, I can show you the mixer on screen. So this is actually what I see on my right display. But now it's docked inside the main display, so you can actually see it. So this is what I see on my mixing desk, so to speak. But I rather have that on a separate screen to have more room available, especially when I have a lot of tracks going on, a lot of different channels of audio and MIDI. All right, where do we go from here? Probably towards the coffee machine, but I already wasted your time with the telephone call. So I have to be careful not to waste more. The bass is off in some parts. Okay, what else can we pull from? Or am I gonna actually play something myself? instead of pulling it from scalar. That would be something. Let's see what we can do. Okay, I want this to listen to me now. We're gonna create our own melody sound. Okay, turn down the rest. I realize you hardly hear it, but it's more like a background to the melody I will try to create, I guess. It's super tempting to pick one of the fantastic patches inside of Falcon, but no, I made myself a promise. What can we do with the wavetable here? I think I'm also still playing on the drum track. I thought so, because things were changing in the rhythm. Now it's not a problem anymore. Okay. Damn, I have to come up with a melody soon. So I'm gonna modulate the wavetable a bit. So I want the synthesizer to It's just an example, guys. There you go. So many possibilities. that's what happens when you start fiddling with synthesizers. It's endless. Not much words were said since I found this play tool. That's all fine. Another 2 hours later. It's all fine and such, but did we actually find a sound? We found something, and also something that is super hard to replicate in just any synthesizer. I mean, this is power, and this is only one oscillator, one wavetable oscillator, which is fantastic, by the way, and an LFO, making sure that the wave index, so this is like a file with all kinds of slices, and this LFO makes sure that we randomize the slices a bit, or not randomizing, it's going up and down in the slices to give us a movement. And I can pick a different part of the audio to get different slices. And you hear that sliding effect. This is it's a monophonic sound now, so you can only play one note at a time. And when you go from one note to the other, there's a glide. Which is done by this gliding time. There's a delay, which is graphically displayed here, so a lot going on. I could actually make the left and right have different delay times so that you can hear them better. There's an immense chorus effect on it. If I remove that, we are left with this, which is still good because it goes through the global reverb we set up earlier. And man, if the guys at UVI would ever be so kind to kind of donate me the Spark Verb on its own so that I can use it on its own reverb bus inside my mixer, that would be awesome. And also this chorus effect is separately available, but I have it inside of Falcon, and I would love to use these as not so well, maybe also to enhance the sounds from other synthesizers I use, but more especially the reverb, the Spark Verb should be on the master effect bus for me. So this helps. Other than that, there's not even that much going on. I make sure that the attack is a certain time, so if I press the key, the sound will swell in 67 milliseconds. But I can, if you make that longer, it's more like a becomes more pad-like, but it's kind of hard to play a melody with so long of an attack time. So that's basically it. We're modulating the wave index so that it moves in this wavetable. There's phase distortion going on. If I remove that, we get something very different. We're playing 3 voices of this wavetable, which are the waves are spread, so the moment or the frame in time will be different for the three voices. I'm having a stereo spread on, which I can remove. And there's detuning between the three voices. I can have them all play the exact same frequency, the same tuning. But to make it a bit fatter and a bit more interesting, I detune them a bit. If you go really far, you can hear that. You can also modulate this, so you can say, oh, the detuning is cool, but I want it to... I want it to also be... Oh, Silly's doing charity stream. I'm so glad to see you streaming more again. Oh, thank you, Tenshimari Manov. I didn't know you were here. Maybe you weren't for so long, or else you would have a headache already. I love this. I have been... I created a new project, and I'm using one fantastic, massive synthesizer, which is called Falcon by UVI, and I'm creating all the sounds with this one synthesizer, and you can create like deep tracks with this. But sure, go find Sally. So now we have an LFO controlling the detuning of the sound. So it's not static anymore, but we can make sure that it does that in kind of time with our song. So not just random frequency. You can do it really fast. I don't want that. It's just a random, but not so random, but making sure there is some more movement in the music or in the sound. But it shouldn't be so deep. It should oscillate. It should modulate it only a tiny bit. How do we call this one? Hello, do you have a name for this sound? Hello is creative. He will come up with something. Could be a crying cat for all I care. Bob. We'll call this Bob. Save program. Bob. Bye, hello. Thanks, hello. Saves me a lot of time. This will forever be known as Bob. So I'm putting it here as well. Bob for melody. Now I have to come up with a melody. Now, thanks. This is the hard part because I haven't given any thought to this song. It comes from picking a chord progression and putting those chords into pads, Plucky-da-plucks, FM noise, Snappy Basses, and now Bob for melody. And the melody I'm going to play myself. So it's going to be interesting, to say the least. Now I can keep playing and playing, and the digital audio workstation will keep stacking my notes. It will create new takes for every time we go through them. I'm not playing anything. I don't want to. Okay, let's try. And if it's not good, we can always use another take or copy and paste parts of takes. Let's start somewhere. Just trying. Just random notes. It's not a good note to start, actually. Come on, Bob, give me something. Not good. So we got a lot of tracks. I can save them all, and they are all now in the digital audio workstation, but I don't like any of them. But that's fine, because what I was realizing is actually that I do not like the actual chord progression we're working with. What do you think? So it's basically, I could go back to square one, but not completely. We have set everything up, except I don't like the chords anymore. I'm tired of this song. So what we can do is actually find ourselves a different chord progression, which is more we could find one of our own. Let's find a scale. Let's see, we could E minor scale, for example. Okay, I can do it first. I don't like this, by the way. I can preview that faster. A minor can be fun. Wait, what? Oh, wait. I'm gonna have to set up the track to actually listen to what I'm doing. I'm gonna make the track louder because we're now reworking the chords we play with. That's no problem. Not a biggie. Super standard. A minor, but it's nice. It doesn't change actually the chords we're working with here. F minor. Let's just say for shits and giggles that we're gonna make a new pattern. Leave the old one there for when I'm... Let's see what we can come up with. And then you lose your... Let's see if we have something else that we can abuse for this. like the start. That is actually fine with me. But not yet. I think I like something like this. Yeah, so pattern 2, I like that. Can I save this pattern? Can I save this pattern? I want to select all these chords. I don't know if I can copy them to a different instance of scalar, to be honest. Because if I change the pad chord progression, I also have to do it for the Plucky-da-pluck and the others. So I want to create a new pattern and paste this in, and that's not gonna happen, I think. Yeah, this is the thing. This is the second pattern. Oh, whoa, wait. I copied entire scalars into it. That's not what I wanted. Oh, that's nice that you can do that, by the way. But yeah. Let's see, why is the moving pad not playing now. Oh, this. It's playing. And then I have the Plucky-da-pluck, but it's not correct. And then the Plucky-pluck still has its old pattern. And I'm not sure how to quickly load the pattern. I can probably save it somewhere. Like the pattern itself. Okay. I could, of course, open this on a different monitor and see what the actual pattern is. And then enter that in this scaler. But that's probably not the way to do it. But, well, okay. A man's got to do what a man's got to do. So, let me see. We were working in the E minor scale. So E minor. And so my first pattern is still there. Okay, so I can go back to the original pattern for the original song ID. But as I have troubles playing Bob for the melody over the current progression, I am going to create a new progression. Give me a... I want a D-sus4. How do I enter a chord manually? Can I do that? Or do I should play it then, probably. Like, detect it. Will it detect stuff? No, because it's not enabled for input. Now it is. Uh-huh. That's a good question. How do I get that particular chord into this one? Edit chord. D-sus4. Okay, it works. D major. We want F major. G major. The E minor. And the F major again. So this is my new pattern with the performance that was already on it. So let's mute or delete the melody because I didn't like it. So we should have a drum and two things playing in the new chord progression. And we do. Not sure if it's better, but depends. Can I play over this a bit? So, yeah, there is a kind of surprising change in the chords. It's not super normal, but I do like it. And I have the ability to play over it, I think. We're still using the same sounds, of course. There's nothing really changed, except that I want to use different chords. So the FM noise is now the next in line to be changed. Falcon is not touched now. We're using the same principles or the same sounds we designed earlier. So nothing's really changed except everything. Okay. I think I'll just do it like this again. Want that E minor again. The C major 7, D sus4, which is a bit weird. And a D major, which it doesn't really belong to like the scale we're playing in. That's the cool thing. But I want to make it work. And yeah, it should work. We should be fine. Bending the rules. Okay, so we got this in, and the only thing it needs to play an arpeggio, which it will probably just do like before. I'm counting on you here. Okay, it should play. So that's good. Now I am going to add the bass. The Snappy Bass created earlier. Nothing wrong with that, I think. Okay, same stuff, because I don't know how to paste it from one scaler to another. I'm just gonna do it like the old-fashioned way, like typing it again. And it's not so bad. I mean, Scalar is giving me all these chords, which I just can drag in, and it warns me when they're not in the same tonal area, so to speak, in the same key. But I don't care. I want it, and I want it now. Okay, so we can turn on Bob for melody. So basically, we have all the tracks back, but with new chords. I'm going to save this one. Let's see if we can make something beautiful. Just exploring. I was wrong there. Still exploring. and so on and so forth. We can do this forever. Bob for melody has been recorded. I'm gonna delete this and this. I'm gonna keep one take. And I mean, it probably has to do for now, and that's because I also am in dire need of foods and a drink and some rest for the weary mind. So we have a little melody-like thing going on. Sorry, adding some reverb. I'm adding like the impulse response for the room we're working in virtually. I'm adding that to the drum set as well. Only slightly, but I'm adding. So it's not much, but it's a start, right? And there is some note here that's not correct. Multiple notes. I don't like it, but that's for another day. Ooh, that's wrong, so wrong. Wait, why? Oh, it's snapping to notes on the grid. Notes, grid. Oh, the grid's 1-1. Okay. So it snaps to. Hey, Divians. It's all off key here and there, but it's also due to my weird chord changes. Oh, that one hurts. Welcome, by the way. Welcome. I have been fooling around for 2 hours and 49 minutes, starting with just a blank slate inside of Reaper, my digital audio workstation. I don't know. I think there are a lot. I am not one of them yet, but I am. Yeah, I picked it up again, and I've been making music since I was. Well, I've been making synthesizer stuff for a long time ago when Opcode still existed and Vision was my digital audio workstation. It's a long time ago, decades. This year I started with Reaper, and today I set myself a goal of creating a new thing to listen to or to work with only using UVI Falcon as my synthesizer. Now UVI Falcon is so huge and can do almost everything, so that's not very narrow. It's not narrowing my options at all. It's even making it hard to get started. Reaper is so cool. I mean, I paid $60 for this software and it can do basically everything. I wish it could make my lunch though, so I could stream for another hour, but it doesn't. Hilo has been my moderator when I've been streaming for 5 years as Light and Magic, and then I switched to Radar Rich, and Hilo has been there for almost all those years. So yeah, he will always greet you because he's the coolness. Whoa! I should use the trance song of trance sound in my song. Thanks for the follow. I appreciate it. Are you good at sound design? No, but I am good at being super interested in anything technological or musical. So I will do whatever I can to actually make sounds. We have a follower, yeah. And hype. So the sounds you hear in this particular track, if that's what you call it, or song, are all made by me, except for the drum designer. So if we start with the drums, these are sounds these samples came with Drum Designer by UVI, which is inside of Falcon. So it still adheres to the rule that I set to myself to only use Falcon today. I did make this simple rhythm just to have like something better to listen to than a simple metronome. And then we made pads. So these moving pads, which I called it, if it has a power button, I can also make a noise of a cat or of anything that I can make noise by bumping my head into things, which happens all the time. So that was a pad. Then I added a pluck sound. Organic. So this is the pluck sound I created this session. And then we have an FM thing going on. Listen. It is not loud, but super annoying. So I had to turn down the volume a lot to just hear the sparkles a bit. You hear it whispering by itself because of the filtering or something. But when used sparsely, it can be fun. Then I made a snappy bass, kind of snappy. So this is a typical analog synth bass with a snap at every start, at every... And then we have the melody that is not on point. I've been playing around, and I call this sound Bob because Hilo thought that Bob would be a nice name for a sound like this. We will never know why. So all these 5 patches were made during this stream. And if you put it all together, it doesn't sound that bad, I would say. So the pluck you like. Oh, Mom, save me. That's so bad. These last notes can go. I don't. I would be into almost anything. The thing is, I don't have the knowledge. I don't listen. Boss van the beats. So I don't know enough of it. I looked into synthwave lately, and that's because I'm very old. So I actually am from a time when I was even an adult, when synthwave was a thing. And I really liked that period of time in music. And I am very much a fan of trance music, although at my age I shouldn't be, but I love it. So like the uplifting trance and so on, I like that a lot. But I try to make certain beats and certain synth sounds and so to fit that kind of music, but I am nowhere near good enough yet to actually pull off a song like that. But so, and today was just fiddling about with making or grabbing a chord progression, making some sounds designs that fit what I was looking for. And it's just basically evolving out of nowhere. And then just like half hour ago, I changed, or 20 minutes ago, I changed the actual chord progression, but kept the sounds. And I just played like a silly little melody-like thingy over it to wrap it up for today. Yeah, trance. I didn't realize how old trance actually is already. I was reading into it a bit, and I thought, wow, trance is not even the meta anymore. I still like it a lot, but EDM, yeah, I tried some EDM as well. I mean, I never finished a song. I finished one song about 30 or 35 years ago that I had to make for a company I worked for a small presentation. That's the only song I ever finished. And the rest is all playing around with software, hardware. I think I'm liking the process of coming up with sounds and stuff more than actually finishing anything. No good tutorials on the internet to sound like Boas. Yeah, there are many sound design and arrangement tutorials though. So, that note is so terrible. If it was my profession, my good friend, I would starve to death. That could work, but it's not great. It's not my profession, but it has been my hobby for since I was probably 18 or something, when I could afford a computer to do it on. And I'm now 55, so yeah, I've seen many DAWs, I've seen many plugins, synthesizers, hardware and software. I've seen a lot and never made a song. And now you hear why. So yeah, that's it for today. We made drums, a pad, a pluck sound, some FM crap, a snappy bass and bob for melody, with a global reverb by Kokos. So the creators of Reaper also made this reverb that I'm using it. I forgot, Hilo, what kind of impulse response we put on it. Oh, it was a St. Nicholas Church that we used as the impulse response for the reverb. And I found out like a week ago that Reaper can do this without using plugins. So I still would love for UVI to one day send me a copy of SparkVerb so that I can use the reverb from within Falcon on a separate master reverb bus. That would be awesome. Or maybe one day I can pay for it myself. Thank you very much. I thank you for the follow, Divian. And I hope we can talk about music production and sound design a lot more in the future. You are super welcome to stay connected through Twitch. I also have a Discord, but I don't even have a command running currently that can... But no matter what, I don't have anything on offer on the Discord yet concerning music and production and so on, but you are very welcome to join me on my streams, and I will send every live stream as a video to YouTube as well as a kind of archive, mainly for myself, I think, so that I can laugh in 10 years and realize that I haven't evolved much yet. We'll see about that. So thank you so much. I will play our work of today once more, just because we can. And I thank Hilo for being here as well. And Seek was here earlier. He's also a gaming friend of mine, because I'm basically a gamer / musician / photographer / dad / whatever. Thank you so much, and I'll see you perhaps tomorrow. No promises, but I'm trying. Bye-bye. Okay, there's something off. The other tracks don't play in sync with the actual song. So once more, I promise. Thanks, Whisper. Some music links. Yeah, you should probably do that. I don't think I will see that there. Maybe you can find me on YouTube. Let me do that so that you can comment on the videos I put there. I think that's easier in this regard. Let me see. Where's my YouTube channel? Okay. This is my YouTube channel. I also have Facebook, yes. Only for music, by the way. I don't use it for personal contact and stuff anymore. You will find the links to my Facebook and my Twitter and so on also on beneath the video that I'm posting on YouTube. So you can find me here and there. Okay, thanks one more time. The song that we all come to love and hate in just 3 hours. Thank you for joining. I appreciate it. Bye-bye.